Hey guys, okay, so today we're going to talk about past lives and timelines because I had some questions from the last video that I did, so just want to clarify a few things. So how do you specifically tap into past lives? It's a knowing. The more you've practiced following every gut feeling, the more you meditate, the more you you journal and do automatic writing. So basically, the more you trust that soft voice that speaks to you, that most people call intuition, it's your higher self. The more trust you have given your higher self and not your ego is often that shame, guilt, fear kind of vibe, anger. The more you follow every gut feeling and the more faith and trust you have, the more you're going to give respect to the visions that you have. So how do you tap into past lives? Usually you have to be at a very balanced frequency, balanced vibration. That's step one. And what happened with me was I would just see a vision. And my first past life that ever came to me was a vision of a medicine woman. I wrote them down for this vlog here. So if I look down, that's what I'm doing. So my first person that ever came to me, she was a wise woman. I don't know, medicine. I wrote medicine on here, but basically also known as a witch, right? But in this past life, witches were very respected. They weren't called witches. They were called wise women. So it's probably in the 1300s, 1350 or so. And she was the community healer. She was very, very respected, extremely respected. And her medicine was made out of herbs and she did it all herself. She knew all the townspeople's names. She was very nurturing, loving, and caring. Okay, that's the first one. And she came to me literally in a vision. I don't remember because I have known this woman for many, many years, this past lifetime. I've known for many, many years. So I can't remember exactly where I saw this vision to give you an exact. But what I can tell you is recently I was introduced to her, so that in this past life, I've only ever known to see her. But recently I was doing my 90-minute yoga practice and I saw two teenage, also witches, kids. And in this vibration, I got the sense that they were both brother and sister. So I was like, oh, okay. And you can't think too much of it. You can't let your mind take over. It's a mind, heart, and soul, faith game, okay? Trust, intuition. So I was like, okay, that's interesting, but I just let it go. You see it and you let it go. Then I started putting it together like, oh, in this past life, I had two kids. They were teenagers and they look really happy and healthy. So that is how you can tap into your past lives, but you need that trust and that just faith, meditation. Also, how often do you follow your gut feeling? That is so important. It's so important to follow every single intuitive gut feeling. Do it for 3 months. It will change your life. Okay, now the next thing. So I've tapped into about 6 different past lives. What's the purpose of tapping into past lives? What I've come to know, the purpose is for me that the more I tap into past lives, so in one of my past lives, I was this Japanese or Chinese, very like a princess sort of deal. She was just dressed in these beautiful gold kimonos, but she's always sitting outside behind this huge castle, but she's sitting outside on a very, very simple wicker bed, and by her, so she's sitting in lotus position, and down kneeling in front of her are a bunch of kids with like books and pencils, and she's always providing the books and pencils, and she's teaching them language, she's teaching them. So that was another past life that came to me in a vision. Another one was of a man in the Athens era, and I see, like, you know how in Greece they had like these teaching centers in almost like pyramids, and they used to sit on marble slabs, and the slabs would go up, so like this, like steps. So you have people sitting here, and then it goes up, and then people sitting here. And I was in the middle, and I'm a man, an older man, and I'm teaching them. I'm teaching them metaphysics. I'm teaching them star alignments. I'm teaching them how to tell your way using star systems. How to live life using like the planets and star systems, astrology. I'm kind of teaching them that. So I've seen that. Now, what is the point of all of this? So often, whatever karma you have to finish up, it has a lot to do with your past lives. These are just 6 past lives that I've tapped into that kind of stay the same. If you listen to Bashar is going to say every minute you change, you tap into a different lifetime. Like every minute you change, you're tapping into a different lifetime. So, which is I feel like, yeah, that is true. But these 6 lifetimes that I know of right now, the reason it's so powerful to understand your last lives is because they're helping me validate, confirm, and shape what I need to get done in this lifetime. Tapping into my past lives help me pay back my karmic debt to my ancestors. And so, for example, in this lifetime, I have been a teacher. But what I confirmed, because there's themes that run through. So what I've confirmed is, okay, I've been a teacher in nursing and taught pharmacology. I taught nurses. Okay, cool. I love teaching. I love it. Now it's time to transition into that guy that is teaching metaphysics. So I've seen the teacher theme. Even this wise woman, also known as witch, she was also a teacher. She was a healer to her community. People came to her. She had a lot of knowledge. She was very wise. And in this lifetime, I do organic soaps. I do herbal baths. I do a lot of I work with organic products. I work with Mother Nature. So do you see how these themes spill over into lifetimes until your karmic debt is paid off? And that is how I feel. I feel what I have learned from tapping into these past lives. For example, in one life, I feel I was this beautiful, young, like very free. The theme of her life was Mother Nature. She was a blue jay. It's eating out of my bird thing. I have to show you guys. You little bugger, that's not for you. Look. See him? Okay, that's not for you, buddy. You must be hungry. No. Ugh. Okay. We're just gonna let him eat that. Ugh. I can't believe him. He's always here though. But he's never had the balls to Anyway, so here, let me show you a picture of her. So the so I was this young girl, very joyful, free. I had a lot of security. I had a lot of Mother Nature. I walked in Mother Nature a lot. And the synchronicity, so I kind of saw her in my mind's eye. And then I was at a friend's mom's house and I had to use the bathroom, and she had these pictures up in the bathroom, and I was like, that's her. And I know she died very young. I know she was killed and she died very young by a man. But her theme was just free, a free spirit. She was happy. She had so much joy. And this is kind of what she looked like. And this was the picture when I told the mom, my friend's mom, oh my God, she's my past life. I used to be her. I'm sure of it. She took it down and she gave me this picture, so I keep it here. So what this tells me, what these themes have told me in this life is I can tap into their timelines still. And that's what I've been doing. I've been tapping into my past lives, and I've been using their wisdom because they have so much to tell me. I've been using, through telepathic communication, they're communicating with them. And here's what I've learned in this life. My role was to get over loneliness because these people in these past lives have been very powerful, very wise. People looked up to them, but the one thing they experienced was loneliness. So they got lost in their work. That's what I did. My whole life was loneliness. So was theirs. So in this lifetime, the reason I always say my karmic debt is paid off, it's done, like it's done, is because I no longer have a feeling of loneliness. Now I know that, okay, a relationship is ordained in this life, and I'm thinking different of relationships now. I know that my energy is going to be better. I'll be more joyful. The happiness is going to be there. Everything will come into place, and all the flow of the wealth, abundance, prosperity, happiness, joy, peace, love, reason, acceptance, all of that is just going to come together like that. I have been chasing doing business for so long, but it's actually been love, and it's been like, allow somebody in, be nurtured, that's okay. So that's why it's so important to tap into past lives, because you can, they're still happening. You can tap into those timelines, communicate with them, and understand. So I understood in this life, it is my duty to a mom, which I've done, to be a wife, which I haven't yet, and to be a great teacher. Love you guys. Bye.